Hi, my name is Brian Van Dalle. I'm the principal in Deloitte's Core System Transformation practice, and I'm here today to talk to you about our Guidewire Upgrade Factory. So let's just jump in. Many insurance carriers and many of Deloitte's clients are running Guidewire. They're on older versions, including some clients still on version 7 and 8. Now, that presents a few challenges. First, the support for these older versions, it's run out or it's going to expire soon. Second, older versions such as 7 and 8 are not cloud certified. And third, older versions just don't have the rich capabilities that are now available on version 10 and Guidewire Cloud. Also, once customers have upgraded to Guidewire Cloud, Guidewire keeps their software up to date, so they'll always have access to the latest innovations. This means that customers will be able to spend more time focused on innovating and less time working on upgrades and maintenance. Given the advantages of upgrades, why have clients been hesitant to do this? The answer is, historically, upgrades have not been simple things. Some upgrades can be almost as expensive, and I'm talking about dollars, hours, and client stress, as the initial implementation itself. And there's also risk. You have a system that works now, and a major upgrade introduces risk. Recognizing this, Deloitte built our Guidewire Upgrade Factory to industrialize and automate the process. Leveraging the factory, we've seen clients upgrade platforms like Claim Center in 4 to 6 months, and that's inclusive of the core platform itself, integrations, and testing. The best compliment we received from a client recently is that our upgrade was boring. There were no surprises or challenges that significant IT projects usually face. We'll get to the details of the factory in a minute, but let me give you a 1-minute summary of what this is. We defined an upgrade process into 6 simple steps in 3 main phases. We've automated the tools that we use along the way. From requirements to code analysis to testing to training, we have a tool for that. And we've built a dedicated offshore team that focuses solely on Guidewire upgrades. This offshore team now has upgrade muscle memory, and we can do this at a low cost to our clients. Now let's talk about how we execute the upgrades themselves. The first 2 steps are the assessment and the mobilize steps. The goal here is to see what you have, discuss what capabilities you're going to get from the new version, or which customizations you'd like to keep, and review your code to create an estimate. Once you've estimated the work, we'll then mobilize the team. In the assessment, there's really 4 main steps. First, we use the complexity insights tool to identify any deviation that you have from out of the box and determine the complexity of your current configurations. After that, we'll create a detailed complexity analysis report, and then we'll start to derive estimates based on that complexity. Finally, we'll use our estimation insights tool to create an accurate estimate of the work required for the upgrade. Once we complete the assessment, we'll then mobilize the team. We're going to review the results of the upgrade assessment, and we're going to agree upon project scope. Then we'll validate the legacy system with the mobilization checklist to assess the upgrade readiness. Finally, we'll review and identify required changes to test scripts for the upgrade implementation. Now, these first 2 phases, or these 2 first process steps, require a very light client touch. All you need to do is give us access to the client code, and we can get started. The next phase has 2 process steps, Inception and the upgrade itself. Inception is all about getting a detailed plan and getting the work done. Now let's take a look. In Inception, we're going to hold workshops to review product functionality defined in our capability matrix. We compare what you customize versus what you'll get out of the box and decide how you want to move forward. We'll then review the project scope based on our understanding of outcomes from the workshops. We'll then use our estimation insights tool to refine the estimate and understand the amount of work that it takes to do the upgrade. Finally, we're going to prepare the upgrade project plan, resources, and schedule. Once we complete Inception, we'll do the upgrade itself. The first step is to set up a new environment for upgrade development, including branches and source code control. We'll then use our automated tools to execute the upgrade. We'll use things like the upgrade merge report. Once we're complete, we'll use the upgrade Inception tool to automatically apply fixes, and the upgrade assistant to auto-detect and reduce manual fixes. Finally, we're going to use our code quality insights tool at the end of the process to make sure that we followed best practices. And finally, we'll upgrade your database. The final stage is all about testing and deployment. Once you've upgraded the core, we need to make sure it's playing nicely with all integrated systems and ready to go into production. During stabilization, we're going to analyze your legacy test suite. And we're going to map the relevant test cases from our QA bot test bed. We're going to review your end-to-end functionality flows in regression test suite to make sure it's appropriate. And we're going to generate automated test scripts using our QA bot. We're going to make sure that we conduct end-to-end and regression testing, leveraging as much automation as possible. While we're there, we're going to support your users as they execute user acceptance testing. In the meantime, we're going to prepare the production environment for deployment, and we'll finalize the go-live plans as well as the go-live support plans. In the deployment step, we're going to deploy the new configuration into production using our config upgrade handbook. We're going to run pre-upgrade DB consistency checks and data distribution reports. We're going to upgrade the production database using our database upgrade handbook, and then we'll rerun the DB consistency checks and reports after the upgrade. We'll compare the results and make sure that we're good to go. We'll also use a SQL data compare for additional data element checks. Once that happens, we're live, and we'll provide warranty support for up to 4 weeks after the upgrade. Now that I've taken you through the process steps, I'm going to turn over to Nitin Shirky. Nitin Shirky is the person responsible for building the upgrade factory, both the processes and the tools. Nitin, why don't you take it away?
Thanks, Brian. Now I'm going to do a deeper dive into our complexity insights tool. We're looking to achieve 3 outcomes using the complexity insights tool. 1, to understand the deviations which you have from out-of-the-box implementation. 2, understand the complexities and where you have done the customizations within your code. 3, it allows us to prepare the claims upgrade backlog and size the scope and allocate resources accordingly. As you see on the screen at the top, we have the summary of the complexity insights. It is broken down into your configuration widgets and your integration widgets. Your configuration widgets consist of your data model changes, your PCF files, and business rules. Your integration widgets consist of the messaging plugins and the web services which you have created. When you look at the detailed view, the base count column reflects the out-of-the-box widget count. The new development and the modified columns, it represents any of the changes which you have done to the out-of-the-box code and any of the new files or new screens which you have implemented within your configuration. Looking at the deviations across this configuration and integration categories, it allows us to understand the scope. It allows us to ask the right questions when we have the detailed workshops and get into details for your current implementation. So all of this information is gathered as part of a diagnostic report which we generate, and we feed this to our estimation insights tool to come up with the high-level effort estimates, timeline, effort for the actual upgrade. That's for the complexity insights. Now I'm going to show you the code quality insights. One of the goals we have during the upgrade is to make sure that post-upgrade you have a better code quality than what we started with. The code quality insights tool allows us to understand your technical debt, understand where some of the poor coding practices have been implemented, and then gives us a way to make sure that we improve your code quality. As you see on the screen, we have built this for Policy Center, Claim Center, and Billing Center. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to focus on Claim Center. In this particular example, the tool has flagged around 70,000 issues across the various categories which we have. Within Code Quality Insights, based on our prior experience, we have implemented all the different business rules that allows us to identify these code smells across the various categories. What is a code smell? A code smell is essentially a code that was written incorrectly or in a poor fashion. The reason we want to fix this code smells is to want to make sure that we avoid future performance bottlenecks, make it easier to write code going forward, and it's just general good practice. As you can see, we have different categories. An example is the goes to null checklist. When we look at this particular code smells, it is broken down into high, medium, and low categories. I'm going to also show you a video as to how a developer uses the code quality insights to actually make the fixes. In this particular example, a developer is ready to check in the code. They are going to go ahead and upload the 3 files, which is part of this particular code check-in. So after the code check-in is done, the developer is going to go ahead and execute the tool. And the tool is going to go ahead and run its configuration rules. As part of its analysis, the tool has flagged 59 code smells. As you can see on the right, these are broken down into high, medium, and low categories. We're going to now go ahead and see how the developer uses the tool to fix this in an automated fashion. So we have all the individual details for each of those 59 code smells that have been identified. And now we're just going to go through an example. So in this case, the tool has flagged an issue with the transaction bundle. For folks who are very familiar with transaction bundles in the Guidewire world, they know that this is an essential fix. So the tool shows you how the code was written before the fix. Using its automated rules, the tool suggests what is the fix that the developer needs to apply. In this case, the developer can go ahead and manually fix it, or they can also go ahead and just allow the tool to apply the fix. So using the auto fix option, the developer just goes ahead and corrects that particular code smell. We have one more example for a messaging plugin. So this is the integration widget. Again, you see what was the code written before the fix. The tool suggests what needs to be done to make sure that we apply the fix. And the developer is going to go ahead and apply the auto fix in this case. So at the end of execution for this particular exercise, we had started with 59 code smells. We are down to 57. This is something which our developers would be doing for each and every code check-in. And this is how we make sure that we have good code quality and your code base is the better code quality post-upgrade. I'm going to now turn this back to Bram. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitin. That was very helpful. As you can see, we're tremendously excited about the upgrade factory, and we're proud of our successful upgrades that we've delivered to date. Clients have been pleasantly shocked at the short time frames and low risk associated with our upgrades. If you'd like to discuss an upgrade in more detail, please reach out to me or to Nitin Shirky. In closing, we'll offer a complimentary upgrade assessment and estimate to anyone who asks. We thank you for your time and good luck with your upgrade.